Did Diddy really try to silence Kim Porter for good after she allegedly tried to warn Brittany Murphy about something big he was plotting?
You know who Brittany Murphy is? Brittany Murphy was an actress, and she was involved with Ashton Kutcher. Brittany Murphy died of pneumonia, and they said that it's something in, I think, rat poison, that gives you signs of pneumonia. Then her husband died of the same thing. Now, Kim Porter died of pneumonia. Guess who did the autopsy report of all those individuals?
This story just got way darker. Explosive new claims are saying Kim might have discovered some wild evidence linking Diddy to Brittany Murphy's strange death, and that discovery could have cost her everything. And check this out. Word is the feds might actually be reopening Brittany's case because of this shocking new twist. Things are heating up fast, and the truth that's bubbling up is way crazier than anyone imagined.
Actually, you're in quite a few chapters in my book. Excuse me? I'm writing a tell-all book about my years of being a video vixen. I got lots of stories about lots of rappers.
By now, everyone's heard the non-stop whispers connecting the tragic, suspicious deaths of Brittany Murphy, her husband Simon Monjack, and model Kim Porter. All three supposedly died from pneumonia or related complications, but the timing, the stories, and the pressure behind the scenes, none of it sits right. Families were left with heartbreak and endless questions while everything felt rushed, hidden, and just plain off. There's been this long-running theory that Diddy might somehow be tied to these losses, that each of them knew something that could have exposed major secrets about his empire. And now that theory isn't just creeping back, it's exploding back onto the scene. These new claims are making waves, suggesting investigators are taking another serious look at Brittany's case because of a potential Diddy connection. The reason? The massive legal mess surrounding him right now, with multiple lawsuits piling up and accusations of shady behavior going back decades. It's said that investigators are digging through every dark part of his past, determined to uncover what's really been going on behind closed doors. And here's the scariest part. The cluster of mysterious deaths around him keeps raising eyebrows.
I'm a happy type person. I smile a lot.
Brittany, please come back.
She's a Scorpio. What else do you need to know?
I'm a double Scorpio.
Double Scorpio.
She evidently collapsed in the bathroom.
The talk on the street says there might be a disturbing pattern, that these illnesses could have been cover-ups and that some people might have been silenced before they could speak out. This story just keeps getting wilder. The wild claim floating around is that Brittany Murphy and Simon Monjack, who mysteriously died just months apart in the exact same house, were secretly putting together evidence that could have destroyed Diddy's image for good. And get this, Kim Porter's sudden death has always raised eyebrows among her close friends, who say something about it never sat right. Now, Ashton Kutcher's name is being whispered in those same conversations, linking him to Diddy's private circle in ways that make this whole thing feel even more chilling. But here's where it gets confusing. Brittany and Diddy weren't exactly tight. They didn't move in the same Hollywood circles at all. So why does his name keep popping up around her? The missing piece might just be the man caught in the middle, Ashton Kutcher. Back in the day, Brittany Murphy was unstoppable. She was Hollywood's sweetheart, ready to take over the big screen. Then came Ashton. And according to insiders, that relationship wasn't just a simple breakup. It was a total disaster for her. Reports say his alleged cheating and the public humiliation that followed crushed Brittany's confidence and wrecked her career. She went from being Hollywood's it girl to someone the industry quietly turned its back on. Now here's where things twist. Ashton's closest friend at the time, his so-called partner in crime, was none other than Diddy himself. They even dubbed themselves part of a new rat pack, always surrounded by luxury, power, and temptation. We're talking about secret mansion parties, exclusive after-hours scenes, and all the excess that came with Diddy's lifestyle. This is the point where the theory gets dark. The talk is that Brittany, during or after her time with Ashton, somehow got pulled into that high-profile, dangerous circle. People claim she saw and heard things she never should have witnessed, allegedly connected to Diddy's long-rumored private freak-offs. As someone heartbroken and vulnerable, Brittany might have become a serious threat, someone who knew too much and couldn't be trusted to stay quiet. And then, just 5 months later, Both she and her husband, Simon Monjack, were gone, dying in the same house from eerily similar rare causes. It's all way too strange to ignore. This doesn't feel like fate. It feels like a pattern. The official story of a tragic double pneumonia coincidence just doesn't make sense. The whispers say it was a full-on cleanup job, that Brittany Murphy and Simon Monjack, who were both allegedly investigating the truth behind the scenes, were silenced to protect dark secrets connected to that so-called new rat pack. According to the reports, Brittany's death was blamed on severe pneumonia, iron deficiency anemia, and multiple substance intoxication. But when you look closer at the details, it's chilling. Her hemoglobin level was recorded at 3.0. And if you don't know what that means, it's basically a medical red flag screaming danger. The normal range for women sits around 12 to 15.5, so 3.0 isn't just low, it's almost impossible. At that level, your body can barely move oxygen to your organs. You wouldn't just be tired, you'd be ghostly pale, barely able to breathe, and on the edge of total collapse. For iron deficiency alone to drop her that low, she would have needed years of severe untreated illness. And that doesn't line up at all. Brittany was a successful actress living in Los Angeles. She had money, doctors, and access to every kind of care. So how does her blood suddenly crash to a deadly 3.0? Something sudden and brutal had to interfere with her body's ability to function. That's why her father, Angelo Bertolotti, never accepted the official explanation. Not for 1 second. He wasn't chasing wild rumors. He was looking at the cold, scientific facts and saw that something just didn't add up. A hemoglobin level that low doesn't appear out of thin air. It can be caused by massive blood loss or by toxins that destroy red blood cells from within. His lawsuit wasn't just the reaction of a heartbroken dad. It was a direct accusation that his daughter's death wasn't natural at all. He believed something poisonous, something deliberate, took Brittany Murphy's life, and he refused to stay quiet about it. He truly believed the signs of poisoning were either ignored or flat out dismissed. The heartbreaking part is that Brittany's father eventually had to stop fighting, not because he stopped believing, but because the system wore him down and his health started to fail. It's another sad layer of silence added to an already haunting story. So why does Diddy's name keep circling back to Brittany Murphy's death? The rumor says he was the gatekeeper to a secret world. The same dark circle Brittany supposedly stumbled into through Ashton Kutcher, a world that, according to this chilling theory, couldn't risk letting a wounded Hollywood star tell the truth about what she'd seen. But Brittany wasn't the only one said to have gotten too close to that world. The whispers now claim that Kim Porter might have also discovered something connecting Diddy to all this, and that shocking possibility could be why her death still feels so suspicious today. We're not talking about one tragedy or even two. This is a chain of eerie, overlapping stories, each one pointing back toward the same powerful figure. Every time, the same pattern shows up. Look at who these people were, what they were working on, and how their lives ended so suddenly. Kim Porter's death alone raised major questions. Even the coroner allegedly raised red flags about how unusual her case was. She wasn't just Diddy's ex, she was his history book, the one who knew everything about his private world. Then there's Heavy D, the rap legend found face down, called a heart attack victim. But behind the scenes, people whispered he'd been putting the final touches on a tell-all book about Diddy before he died. And it doesn't stop there. Diddy's own mentor, Andre Harrell, also gone from a supposed heart attack, with the same quiet rumor attached. He too was working on a book. Even Al B, sure barely survived his own mysterious health collapse. Months in a coma, his body suddenly failing for reasons that never quite made sense. He's been open about his doubts regarding Kim Porter's death, and guess what he was working on? A documentary about his life and his time in Diddy's world. Now when you add Brittany Murphy and her husband Simon Monjack to this same strange orbit, it starts to feel like way too much coincidence for comfort. 2 more pneumonia deaths back to back in the exact same house. Seriously? 2 more people tied, even if just loosely, to that same mysterious inner circle. When you start lining these cases up, it stops looking like random tragedy. It starts to feel like a chilling protocol. The link isn't just that they all happen to know Diddy. The real connection, according to the whispers, is when they got sick or died. Every single one of them was reportedly working on something explosive. A testimony, a book, a documentary, or some kind of confession that could have cracked open secrets from the deepest corners of that elite circle. One by one, they were all right on the edge of exposing something, then suddenly gone. Pneumonia here, heart failure there, all different causes on paper. But together, they build a disturbing picture of control. It doesn't look like chaos anymore. It looks organized. A system so efficient, so cold, that anyone who steps out of line or even thinks about speaking up risks never walking away. The message seems clear. If you leave that world with too much to tell, you might not get the chance to tell it. And now, with authorities said to be re-examining one of these deaths, it's no longer just about solving one old mystery. It could be the thread that finally unravels this whole dark web. This isn't just a string of unlucky tragedies. It's starting to look like a constellation of loss, with one powerful man sitting right in the middle of it all. The pattern is impossible to ignore. People connected to him keep dying of the same rare, sudden illnesses under strange and rushed circumstances. And here's what really makes your skin crawl. These deaths always seem to happen when someone's about to drop a bombshell. A book in progress, a documentary being filmed, or a secret finally ready to go public. It's too precise, too repeated, and way too dark to dismiss. And here's where it all comes full circle. Every single one of these people is connected, either directly or just one step away, from Sean Diddy Combs and that secretive Rat Pack world he ruled. The Ashton Kutcher link isn't just some random side note, it's the bridge that allegedly pulled Brittany Murphy, an outsider to that scene, right into the center of something powerful, and possibly dangerous enough to silence her forever. When you line up all the claims, it forms a dark, almost perfectly constructed story. One that suggests Diddy's world wasn't just filled with friends and fame, but surrounded by a wall of silence. A silence allegedly protected by sudden, suspicious deaths that seemed just believable enough to slip under the radar, but too repetitive to ignore. It's like a chilling pattern hidden in plain sight. The buzz about Brittany Murphy's case possibly being reopened isn't just about revisiting an old Hollywood tragedy. It could be the key to testing this entire theory. Because if investigators find anything hinting at foul play, it won't just close one mystery. It could expose a chain of secrets stretching through Kim Porter, Heavy D, Andre Harrell, and beyond. That would mean the whispers weren't just rumors, they were warnings all along. So, what's really going on here? Are we staring at a web of heartbreaking coincidences that just look suspicious? Or could this be the shadowy legacy of a man surrounded by too many secrets, and too many friends who didn't live long enough to tell theirs? Either way, this story is far from over, and the truth might still be out there waiting to explode. If you think something bigger is hiding behind these tragedies, drop your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and comment. Your support keeps the conversation alive and helps us dig even deeper into stories Hollywood doesn't want you to hear. See you in the next one.